Welcome to the Nerd Party.
I'm Darren Moser.
I'm Philip Gilfus.
I'm Daniel Prue.
And this is City Alpha 3.
Welcome to City Alpha 3, a Star Trek podcast here on the Nerd Party. I'm Philip Gilfus, joined as always by Darren Moser and Daniel Prue. Gentlemen, how has your Star Trek half a month been?
My husband's like month. It's been a week or two.
How has your Strange New Worlds been?
It's mostly due to me and Star Wars Celebration consuming my soul for
Here we go.
many days. Which I'm not going to say it's the greatest convention of my life that I've ever been to, but it is. And
second best. You're going to say second best.
Are you saying I'm putting a Star Trek Las Vegas from
2016 50th anniversary?
Not even close. Not even close, Daniel. Jeez.
I mean, you did get to meet us.
You have been to the Rio, right? Like
I'm just saying.
You wore stormtroopers to both, really. So.
It's exactly. I felt comfortable, that was fun for the people, and this was fun for the people too. That was my main focus. Didn't do any panels or any other crazy things, but had a lot of fun.
Well, you didn't have to, because just going through, because I know people, just Facebook and Twitter. Found Darren pictures left and right on Instagram. You vicariously
saw me.
Facebook,
you were tracking me.
Twitter. So you had your, I'm going to say it wrong. You can correct me. You had your hand puppet bot, the droid thingy, which seemed to be very popular.
I guess that's correctly. If you're saying everything but the name. Yeah, no. Yeah, BD was very, very popular. So was K2. The most fun.
Who is more popular? Who do people respond to? I bet you're probably the big
BD.
One, right?
No, BD.
Oh, really? BD? Interesting.
By far.
Okay.
Like, I think
take it in a picture too.
Yeah, 90 like 5%. Like I'd show him, like I'd get used to like seeing out of the corner of my eye someone who's like kind of turning as I'm walking by. You can tell like they're interested, and then I'd just swing over, and they'd like, okay, take a picture, and then I'd move him, and they're like, actually, I need a video because I need to see. That was every case, and his cuteness is unrivaled. Like people love him. And this is how I know he's the more popular. Because there were a few moments where I would be walking with an R2 and he would take the attention from R2.
Wow.
And R2 is usually the showstopper when he rolls in. So, and part of that I think is newness. And it's like, I never thought I'd see this character in real life, so there's that. But he was very, very popular.
That's fascinating to me, only because everybody probably knows who the tall guy. You just said his name, but
K2.
K2. Yeah. Everybody knows because more people have watched the movies than played the games. Right. So like that's like, to me, seems like that would cut in half like the amount of fandom.
Yeah, Solo though.
I would say part of it is the Book of Boba Fett has helped because you had a BD unit in that, and a lot of people watched that. So yeah, you're definitely right. Like I'd say a year ago, it would be a much different slice. Because, unless you played the game, you'd have no idea who this character is.
Right.
But it's also a Star Wars convention. So if there are people who know this character, like it's going to be the people at this convention. So that helps a lot as well. But yeah, he was very, very popular.
Star Trek convention, seeing people in the full uniforms, you're like, oh, that's cool. And then seeing someone dressed as like the space jellyfish from Encounter at Farpoint, you're like, I'm taking a picture of that.
It's exactly that. It's like, is that the more obscure? Yes. Is it more on brand for this convention? Also, yes. And yeah, I think my three favorite moments were that we had two meetups with other cosplayers for Jedi Fallen Order cosplayers. We had like 35, which is really cool. Like a lot of Cals and Mirians, and one Malicos, which was the guy without a shirt. That was fun. And that was really fun. And then we had a Rogue One meetup as well, about the same number of people. So a lot of bays and Cheruts, and of course the one K2 standing in the back. But that was really fun. And I had a moment, I think I posted on my Instagram and Twitter and such, where I had BD and I'm just like sitting on the floor, and they're like all these little kids just like up, like I'm not even existing at that moment. Like they are just paying attention to him, and it's super adorable. And it's like, that was pretty much the whole weekend. So It was a whirlwind. I didn't sleep a lot. There was a lot going on to fit in, but it was a blast. It was a lot of fun. So surprisingly, the week before and the week after, I was like, I can't record, guys. I'm spent.
Oh man, going to a convention based on something you like must be really cool. Let me just look up my tickets here for Destination Star Trek London, and canceled. Okay.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. Apparently, well, I mean, how hard is it to travel to Germany? That's what I need to. Apparently, it's not that hard.
They have trains all over the place. Yeah,
this isn't the Brexit podcast. So, what about you, Daniel? Anything going on? How much DS9 have you swallowed in the month?
None. I've actually also have been busy. I've been traveling, visiting family. So nothing. I've done almost nothing Star Trek related in the past couple weeks. Hoping to dive back in. In fact, I'm still I'm pretty sure I've only watched the first episode, maybe the second one, of Strange New Worlds. So I'm really far behind.
Oh yeah. Episode 4 now.
Yeah. I mean, we're halfway through at this point. You guys probably know so many things about things I don't know. So
Darren's seen half of it. So.
I'm on 6, but yeah, 5 has been released.
Has anyone died yet? Did Sam Kirk? Did he?
He hasn't showed up yet.
Died. No, he's been a little. Hasn't been around a lot, but
I would love if that was just the joke for the first episode and that was never mentioned.
I will say one other thing at Celebration. There were a couple Star Trek cosplayers, which is hilarious. It's like the inverse of me going to the Rio. I'm like, hey, everybody, but they got pictures because everybody wants to see pictures of a Star Trek cosplayer at a Star Wars convention. That was a lot of fun. A lot of TOS and tribbles.
Of course.
Trouble sounds like. Yes, one thing. Again, I'm not confusing that they're the same, but in the Star Trek multiverse, watched the first new episode of season 3 of The Orville. So that was interesting. It was interesting, because Norm Macdonald.
I don't think it's what anyone expected. As the first episode.
McDonald died a couple months ago, but I guess he may have filmed all of his scenes because he still plays the blobby engineer.
They have said they have all of his dialogue for Yaphet, and so he'll be, as they put, we're not sure what the character will be after this season, but we have him for a little bit longer, is what Seth said.
Is this season not already been confirmed to be the last season?
No. Not that I know of.
But it's switched networks, right?
Yeah.
It's
now Hulu.
It's on Hulu, but now if you're living in not America, it's on Disney+.
You saying there's America and there's not America?
Well, according to Star Trek Distribution, I mean, because, again, whatever at this point, I'm getting used to it, because Paramount Plus will come to the UK and Ireland, and probably some other places, at the end of June.
Like what, 2035? Okay, end of June.
But
that's a little better.
It's not going to just be like copy paste,
of course not.
When
Why
it comes
would
here,
it be?
It's gonna have the first 2 episodes of Strange New Worlds, and then do a week release after that.
What? Okay.
So be behind for some. Why? That's so dumb.
So I'm just gonna keep my American one until there's the series break.
VPN.
This doesn't make sense.
What is the next series? We talked about this a couple of times, but I can't.
Prodigy,
what's after Strange New Worlds? Is Prodigy?
Yeah, the answer is always Prodigy when you don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
Hey guys, we need something to fill in the time between shows. Prodigy. There we go. Have a mid-quarter, third down break. Somewhere in the middle.
So we briefly mentioned that, or I briefly mentioned this a couple months ago. Sorry to derail for a second,
That's right.
But I'm just going to mention this. There is a Star Trek Prodigy video game that has been confirmed to be coming out, I think, sometime this summer, maybe July, or maybe August. And it looks fine. I mean, it's a licensed property type of video game, and it looks cutesy. And you play as either a guy with mohawk, blue hair dude, or I think the lady that looks like the girl from Star Trek Beyond, Jayla.
We know characters' names.
I can't remember the character. It's been a long time.
The girl is named Gwen, and the guy is named, I think it's Dal.
Dal sounds right.
Yep, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you could play as either of them. I'm not sure if it's co-op or not, but anyways, it looks fine. It's the first time we've gotten Star Trek video game since.
Well, it's the first series specific Star Trek game since.
Oh my goodness! Good That's a good point.
Since Elite
Do
Four.
you have to hold shift to run? That's what I need to know.
You have to hold left trigger to run, Darren.
Oh,
We
so
moved
it's
into
called
controllers.
so Star Trek Prodigy Supernova.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who knows? Maybe Chakotay will show up.
Ooh.
He'll be the voiceover tutorial guy, and we'll see how it goes. But
Well, and there's that other game, right? The
and
more
there's the
like
other Star Trek.
dialogue-based Mass Effect-ish,
So, 2 video games to Star Wars 50 million.
actually, to be fair, Star Wars also is kind of it was kind of a rough patch for Star Wars video games for a while until Fallen Order came out, and we've already been confirmed that Fallen Order sequel is coming soonish. We haven't seen anything about it yet, but
No, we've seen a trailer for it. At the
sequel to
Yeah, it's called Jedi Survivor is the name because it's the Jedi : series. Like it's not
right.
They've been really clear. It's not JFO 2. But yeah, so Jedi Survivor. It's like a 40-second teaser. It shows like flash of images. So, but we know our boy BD and Cal are back. And
how did I not know this existed? Oh my god!
Celebration.
It came out of Celebration.
Oh, it did come out of Celebration. Okay,
yeah,
so I have not
just
been,
last week.
I have been off the grid. Like I said, I was traveling, so I didn't know this was a thing. Oh my god, I'm so excited! Does it say when it comes out? 2023. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, it's I think it's February 23.
Whatever.
Somewhere, but it's next gen only. So PC and next gen.
Who's the bad guy? Do we know this guy? Who this guy is?
No, we don't. It was in the back to tank. Yeah, we're not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, there's lots of speculation at this point, but
okay.
I'm hoping that, and they have said that Mirren is going to have a bigger role, and I don't know if they're going to make her a full-on playable character, which I think would be cool because it made me kind of think of like Halo 2, where you play a single-player campaign, but you play part as Master Chief and part as the Arbiter. So I think that would be kind of cool. Or maybe some sort of 2-player option. The technology's there; they just have to decide if they want to do it.
Yeah, I forgot about her. She's the Night Sister that becomes.
Yeah, I think if anyone were to be a second character, it would be her because she has a whole different power set. But it'd be really interesting.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. Sorry,
do you play video games, Daniel? Is that a thing you do?
But anyways, what I was trying to say was
I've been seeped in Star Wars for like a week, so of course I know this. So
maybe I missed other announcements as well, but I know somebody else is getting part of the license, or somebody else is going to be starting to make Star Wars games as well.
There's also kind of a Fortnite-ish like battle royale kind of game coming out. I think it's called like Star Wars Battle something. I don't know. I have to look it up. But they have shiny polygon characters kind of thing that they're playing. Sure. But so that's coming soon. But those are the only 2 games I've seen with Star Wars that's kind of coming. The big thing has been the Lego, obviously. That's everyone's still riding.
Oh yeah. That was
the Skywalker saga.
People love that game. So
I'm still chewing through it, but it is a lot of fun. And it is like a whole new game. It's not just like they boxed up the ones from the early thousands and it's like here's a brand new game. It's like no, it's from the ground up, a different play, different everything.
So that was the Star Wars video game podcast.
No. It's okay. We're allowed contractually for the first 15 minutes of the episode. We can talk about Star Wars.
So talking about Paramount Plus and stuff. I've been thinking, we had. It's interesting when I think about like hard media, how stuff comes out. Like there's a Short Treks Blu-ray or whatever. I'm just like they're not related other than they're just, I guess, all Short Treks. It just seems funny to me that that's a whole separate thing. But anyway, Short Treks came out for, we'll call them seasons, 2 seasons. I think the last one was maybe 2 years ago. Don't quote me on it. But anyway, it was, I believe there was the first Short Trek after the first season of Discovery. I almost want to say the first half season. But anyway, and then we had a second season after season of Discovery, I believe. Don't quote me, but I think that's right. And
it's been a little while since we've gotten new ones. Yeah, I kind of feel like that was the in-between space when we only had like 1, maybe 2 shows. And now that we have so many shows, they're kind of like, we don't got time for no Short Treks.
Well, I thought the interesting thing with season 2, and again, I say seasons, there's like 10 of them total, of short treks was that they were starting to incorporate, because there was the I don't think they knew Strange New Worlds, but the Strange New Worlds one with Number One and Spock, and
In the elevator.
Yeah.
Turbo lifts. Sorry, I can't believe I just said elevator.
Well, it's probably what they call it in the 20th century.
Strike one, Daniel. You get up to 3 and you're off the podcast.
Probably.
And do you remember the scene from Discovery when they went into the turbo shaft, and it was it Discovery?
Yes.
Where it was like this enormous. Sorry,
they showed the exterior of the turbo lift, and it was like a vacuum of space.
It was like so big.
Like,
why was it so big?
A system of tubes.
Yeah. It was like a TARDIS level, like Inception. What? We're like, where is the space for? Like, I get it in a galaxy class, but like, what?
But even then, why all that wasted space? Anyways, sorry.
Yes. And so I was thinking...
Answer is Discovery. That's the answer. That's why.
So I was thinking of if they, with so many series, I thought short treks was I mean, whether you like the individual episodes or not, I think it's a cool concept, because it's basically like do a Star Trek short film that's either set in a series, an existing series, or not. A lot of them sort of touched off from Discovery, but even then it was sort of tangential to tangential.
Yeah, like Children of Mars, you had the Trouble with Edwards
which is
one.
a Picard prequel, basically.
Yeah.
And the Tribble one was basically like I don't know how they if they knew Strange New Worlds was a gleam in the eye yet, but it was a kickoff from Pike's Enterprise, because that new captain was coming from the Enterprise from Pike. And
That's right.
Now to think about it, there was another one with Pike with the cadet or the ensign.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So there are a lot of Pike. Maybe they were testing out short. We're just doing a bunch of Pike ones, see how that hits. But anyway, so I just thought, like, what if we did it again? Because like I said, it's a cool idea if you want to play with it. And so I thought we'd go around and if they were coming out with short treks this summer, we were about 8 to 15 minutes. You don't have to like say the whole episode, but just sort of some of the concepts that we might have. So I have a bunch, so I'll just go through one and see what everyone else has. I thought this one's an easy one, so I'm probably stealing someone's idea. But based off of Star Trek Prodigy, and one thing I like about short treks is trying to play with the medium. And so I wanted to have sort of a Murph saves the day. And
that should be a whole episode, but yes, yeah.
But sure visually, instead of it being, the CGI of Prodigy, it would almost be like children's drawings, like crayon. It's animated.
It's like imagine Murph telling the story, but it's like a cruder animation style because it's simplified.
Okay. And you could literally have a child doing the voice work because Murph,
And then Murph went here, and then it saved the ship. And then it went in the tube, and it didn't fit in the tube, so it made itself squishy, and then it went,
It's almost like, if you could imagine children's drawings, but almost like a flip book. Like, that's what it would look like.
Okay. Like children's sketches, like as if, but it's animated alive.
Yeah.
That'd be
it could just be like a Murph Saves the Day. It's almost like it would be a children's book, Murph Saves the Day, but just like told as
I think Murph Saves the Day is the appropriate title.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some crisis that all the people on 2 legs have been knocked out. They're all frozen in time or something, and Murph is like has to go around the ship and do whatever he does. Or
it's almost be like a scene from an episode, whether it exists or not, but a kid telling it.
I was trying to think who that kid would be. Maybe the Cation, because that's kind of a child. Because I'm trying to, the little cat. Mm-hmm. And we haven't heard them talk very much, and not that they're like super childish, but they're younger than a lot of the other teens. So I think we could make it where they're the narrator, and they have that childlike explanation of, and then they did this, and then this happened, and then Murph was so strong and so brave, and it would be hilarious. Okay, that's an awesome. I don't think we can top that, Daniel. Murph saves the day right there. I would think, Stranger Worlds is ripe with just a lot of these background characters that we're starting to get to know, a lot of the new characters. And, they even have kind of done some that kind of feel semi short Trekky, I guess, like in, like when they're training each other, or a lot with Uhura. Actually, it seems to happen because she's the cadet, she's the new face, so she gets a little bit
She's
of hazing.
the Wesley?
Well,
No,
ish.
Wesley wasn't a cadet. Wesley was an acting ensign, whatever that is.
She's
Picard just makes up
Tilly.
ranks, guys. It doesn't even. Yeah. She's the Tilly. Yeah, she has. So she's going to be captain by the third season, I'm sure. But
spoilers.
yeah, no, I think that would be fun to have. Just more Uhura. Like, this is what I want to see. I want to see everyone's quarters. Because we got a little bit of that in Discovery, like Saru's quarters and stuff like that. Like, I want to just see some ensign that's like cleaning duty ensign. I don't know. There's some no-name ensign, and he's going to check in on all the officers' quarters. So we're going to just see, and this could be a fun way for the production staff to like jam cool references into their rooms. So we have Una, we'll have Pike, all the main characters.
I feel like you're doing the Lower Decks episode where they're collecting the anomalies from everyone's
sort of.
course.
I mean, again, not too referencey because it's like a prequel, so you can't do too much. But I think that'd be fun. And they're, it's the whole like they're cleaning, but they're not supposed to touch the stuff, but they do. It's like, oh, here's why do you have a little mini gold Discovery, Pike? It's like, because it's a special ship to him now. Because
and you press the button, and it goes.
Yeah, it's like, what is it? Yeah, it's like one of those things where you pull for the top and it starts to spin and zip up. But I think that'd be fun. Something, because that's kind of like a short trek where it's like it doesn't actually tell you much and it doesn't move the plot at all, but it's just like, let's spend more background time in these characters' rooms. Like that kind of feels like a short trek topic.
Yeah, I always felt like, and I don't know if it's true. I mean, I'm sure it's true, but I always felt like with the first season of Short Treks, it was like we have Mary Wiseman for a day, and we got the quarters, or we got the where they eat.
What actors do we have? What set do we have?
Yeah, what mess hall
like
set? We're just going to do an
day.
episode, 10 minutes with it.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's kind of the constraint of like how we have $100,000 to budget this entire, or $50,000 to budget everything, all the crew, all the everything, and it's going to be 15 minutes.
What about you, Daniel? Any thoughts for your short trek film?
Well, this is easy. I'd really like, we were talking about season 2 of Discovery earlier. I'd really like to see what Pike and Spock and Number 1 are up to. So maybe we could go on the Enterprise.
Right.
And have some... oh, wait a minute. No,
did you just... That's all Strange New Worlds. You literally got your wish, Daniel.
You got it.
An entire show.
It. And now you're not watching it. It can't even make you happy.
I actually do have a couple of different.
We did go a little over the 15-minute time limit.
Mid-whole season. Whoops!
It's like, oop, my hand slipped, and now here's a whole season.
I was thinking, partially because of the joke, but also because it might be interesting. Something again. I want to use like Philip did. I want to tell stories that we couldn't or wouldn't normally see in regular Star Trek. It's like you can't fill a whole episode with this, whatever. So like I'm thinking like it's tragic and also kind of funny because we talk about this a lot. But like let's do 10 minutes, the final 10 minutes of the Mars defense perimeter from Best of Both Worlds. And like but you don't know what it is. Like it starts and like it's a station or whatever, and
Bob,
like it's just
somebody's going to work.
Yep, exactly. The two characters are like
a normal day.
Look,
at work.
You know the way to do that to make it work. Lower Deck style it.
You could, yeah, you could do that. Yeah, definitely. You could. I mean, I feel like it would take away from the tragedy of it. You know what I mean? But like,
or do it as a holo simulation where like Boimler and Mariner or whatever are like, they're those people going to work and they're like, why is this?
This is the most boring holodeck program ever.
And then the door closes and you see like printed on the door, like Mars Defense Perimeter Admin Office. And you're like, oh no.
I mean,
and they're just flying the little ships. Yeah, we're just patrolling Sector 2. Oh my God. It's a Borg cube. Who thought? It's like, that's totally unrealistic that would show up. That of all the ships to show up, there'd be a Borg. Boom. And then they're just gone.
I know. It's too bad, in the tragic joke way that we don't know like the date. I mean the start date, but like the date of the attack, Sector 001 attack. So like you just look at a count, and you'd be like, oh shit.
I mean, I'm sure we can look up what the start date of that.
Yeah,
episode.
but that'd be such deep cut. None of us would know it.
Yeah, even us. Yeah, even if we were watching it, we wouldn't know.
That's true. You'd have to name drop Mars Defense Perimeter, obviously.
But I think it'd be better if you didn't do that. If you literally just do slice of life, like 10 minutes of like,
and the last shot is like 3 ships flying by Mars, and then boom, 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 and then that's it, and then it's just done.
Wow, that would be depressing for sure. But it's a good idea for I think a short trek. Yeah.
Just the whole thing is like hyping them up, like the valiant struggle of the Mars. Like,
no, I can see because
last line of defense for Earth. Like
this could be the deep cut. It's gonna. I mean, I'm trying to figure out how to do this in a short, 15 minutes. But you could keep doing it. In other words, you have like that's where you start with, and like we've rebuilt the Mars defense perimeter, and then it's like the brain attack on the Earth from the Dominion War,
or you could see like,
and then it's the second Borg attack from First Contact coming.
I think it'd be funny if maybe it was a little bit of an explanation of why there's like, quote, 3 ships, and they're like, oh, we're going to divert the bulk of our Mars defense fleet over by Jupiter. So like they went all over there.
Jupiter station.
We're gonna leave these 3 ships. They're not going to come by Mars. Like it's not even on a direct line to boom, boom, boom.
I know. I like someone's like Mars. It's like we're good. Look at the orbital thing. We're here. Earth's there. They never come this way.
The Borg. Why would the Borg not go? And then they just go.
I know. And then it's like that one. It's finally turns up.
Sir, they're changing directions.
What? They're attracted to the color red. I don't know why.
You don't want to be a sign there that I don't know how long astronomically this would last.
When the last day until retirement? Is that like, what we're doing?
How long the planets are lined up? Like you don't want to be a sign during that time.
Yeah, like we're gonna hit Jupiter, Mars, everything all the way in.
Oh man, that's funny.
Well then, so what I think. I know you haven't gone in a moment, Philip, but
that's right.
I had another idea. So I think it would be an interesting way to make, and you could do this as one short trek, or you could do it. Actually, probably one short trek would make more sense, but like a longer one. And again, I know you can't put things in where it's like, well, you didn't watch the short trek, so you don't know what's happening. It's like, it's extra stuff.
Yeah.
But use short treks leading up to season 3 of Picard and show where all of the next gen crew are. What have they been up to?
Yeah. You could easily do that. You could easily have a short trek on Beverly, a short trek on Worf. I mean, because like getting caught up with these people does already feel kind of daunting, and also feels like they're not going to do it because like setting up for season 1 of Picard. We were very confused for a lot of like the whole like thing with the synths on Mars and the rest of galactic civilization. Yeah. We still don't know like how
the jumping around between times. Like it really should have just been like chronology.
Yeah. So I think that's a great idea. I think like easily just like 10, 15 minutes per character, and then like, oh, this is what they've been doing since that, or whatever. This is what they're doing now, at least.
I mean, wouldn't you love
or maybe like 3 10-minute ones, or like a 15-minute one, but like it's 3 5-minute chunks. Because that's the thing. Like, I don't know if they can do like 15 minutes on each character. Like that's a lot of time.
You could.
I mean, you could do sort of a voice over. I mean, because
they're all captain's logs or whoever logs.
Yeah. Right.
But like you said, Daniel or Darren, you don't want to establish something. But it reminds me of like the what are they called? The Star Trek comics that sort of were always in between.
Oh yeah,
the Kelvin
the 09 Kelvin comics. Yeah,
it's like Countdown, which I mean they're technically not canon, but
you didn't
really
need to read
everything.
it, but it helped flesh it out.
And so you could have
in the movie, all we get is he was the first to arrive. I was the first to arrive. It's like that explains. Okay,
where were the Romulans for 10 years? No, but like you could have the Geordie making the thingy thing, making
the jellyfish
Spock shuttle. I mean, that's what it is.
well, but
jellyfish. That's all it is. It's not a shuttle.
Wait a minute. Does the jellyfish count as a shuttle, Darren? You are shuttle experts.
It's just big shuttles, so yeah, it's a one person piloted craft, so I think it's a shuttle.
All right, all right.
Well, and I think by doing it as like some sort of log, that also works well because then you name drop like what they're doing. So it could be like, Chief of Operations of Jupiter Station, Commander LaForge. Okay, we learned so much just in that first sentence, and then he talks about his day to day and all the gold shirts like hanging in his closet or something.
Beverly going to a bookstore, picking up a Geordie novel, and then going to her job.
Yeah. That'd be even cooler. Like there were little hints in each one that like referenced that they knew what the others were doing because they're family. It
could be like a background news clip of like, Governor Worf. Da, 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 da.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ambassador, Governor, Chancellor Worf, whatever title we're giving him now.
He's gonna be the most interesting, I think, to learn about what path they choose because like.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different directions
Daniel,
to go with Worf.
I'm going to go ahead and spoil you. Things have not gone well.
I'm sure. I am sure it's been tragic. I'm sure Alexander is dead, which I would not argue about. But I'm sure there's like everybody's miserable and it's a terrible existence for everyone. I'm sure. But
exactly.
That's a good point. It's just Star Trek Picard, so no happiness. Yeah, no, anyway, I think that would be fun. And again, like, yeah, I understand you have to do it in a way where you cannot base people watching that to fill in the gap. But, by the end of season 3, we're going to want more time with these characters. So give us more time with these characters.
I mean, Short Treks is just the after credits.
It is. It really is.
You don't have to watch them. I mean, why would you not? But I mean, you're just not going to know what people are talking about the next day. So
yeah.
All right. So this was my next one, which seems pretty obvious, but guess what? Sometimes they're all obvious. It's going to be a Lower Deck spinoff, but for this short trek, it's going to be
even Lower Decks.
No, other direction. Middle decks.
Higher middle decks. Okay.
It's going to be a group of
all the lieutenants.
It's going to be a group of lieutenants who are the middle management slugs who have to deal.
2 pips, baby. 2 pips.
Have to deal with the seniors and the lower decks.
Oh my gosh!
And all the S they have to put up with. And so you just see these lieutenants having
buffer time. What the heck is that?
Because they're supervising the lower decks, and then they're getting the orders from the senior officers, and they have to like.
So these are literally.
I swear, we need an HR officer on the deck. Well, I got to do all this paperwork for these junior officers. This is BS.
I have to assign this to Ensign Schlubby. Oh my god!
I would laugh because for some reason all lieutenants like all they do is paperwork, so they don't have time to go on any missions. Only the upper and the lower go on missions. The lieutenants just stay on the ship
and
all the time.
You have that one lieutenant who wants to make lieutenant commander really badly.
That's good. I like that. That's funny.
So would it be kind of like those episodes they do in cartoons where like you have the same 4-ish people, but they're just drawn slightly different, but they're all lieutenants. It's like, but it's basically the exact same.
Like it'd be like Boimler, but it'd be a woman, and then the hair color would be different. But she wants to be a lieutenant commander, so bad, and she's like, in the Enterprise, Lieutenant
loves Captain Janeway instead of Riker.
She's like, Lieutenant Worf was a bridge officer, and he was only a lieutenant.
Yeah. That would be okay. I like that.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I could just see like you start the episode where like you zoom in on the like, oh lordy,
the saucer. Yeah.
No, the cutaway.
Oh, Master Systems display.
Thank you.
Strike 2, Philip.
I know.
Your Star Trek card.
Wait a minute.
On the Cerritos, and like you zoom into the lower decks, but then it zooms out. And then it looks like it's going to the bridge, and it zooms out again and just goes into the middle, and it's highlighted. I would do it where they zoom in on the lower decks, and then they like follow along the corridor, quote unquote, get in the turbo lift and go up. So they're not actually, they're just panning around it, but it's as if they're traveling into mid decks, and they're like right next to the computer core, like they can hear it through the wall because it's that's middle decks. That's where the computer core is. I just like everything's just
And the holodeck's on the other side, so it's like between holodeck and computer core, so it's just
everything's
really
just slightly
loud.
better. So like obviously, I think they have their own quarters.
Yeah, they're in quarters, but they're shared
bunk
quarters.
Beds, but bunk beds inside the quarters.
Yeah.
So like
but we're not
hallways.
We're way different than a hallway. How exactly?
We have a door.
We took a hallway and we put a door at the end of it and
Just
made it a quarter.
More time to get to the work.
That would be funny. Yeah, but we're so much better than you lower decks. Like, really? Really? There's no gravity in space. There's no up or down. Yeah, you would say that lower deck.
Nobody even knows my name. It's just Lieutenant. Did you even know my name?
You know what? I didn't even want to become a lieutenant commander because you know what they're going to call me? Lieutenant. Even though I'm lieutenant commander.
It happened to Tuvok for 7 years.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah. I love that because that's always been a pet peeve of mine. But anyway.
Yes. So yeah,
that's funny. Yeah, middle decks.
Yep.
I like that. And then I almost want them to go like meta, where they're like pitching another thing. They're like, okay, what about upper decks? You mean like every Star Trek show? Like that's literally Star Trek is upper decks. It's like saying I want a special series that focuses on Vader. That's Star Wars. That's all of Star Wars. Is his story.
Now it's Obi-Wan story. Moving on. All right. What about you, Daniel? You got another one in your?
Well, I'm going to piggyback off your
sure.
Lower Decks one. You would think Lower Decks doesn't need a short trek just because
it is short and it is Trek.
Short. It's
kind of
short. It's Trek. So anything that they do in a short trek could be done otherwise, but I do think that's the best for this. What I have to suggest. It's funny because my brother is in town visiting, and we were just watching the film. I'm not going to be able to remember it. Oh, Hitchhiker's Guide. We were watching Hitchhiker's Guide,
the new one.
Yes,
newish one.
The newish one with Martin Freeman, and with the improbability drive, and they all turned to like sock puppets, basically, in the one scene. So I'm thinking you do a short trek where take the Lower Decks characters. And they go into a 3-dimensional universe or whatever, and they're all played by their actors. You just do a short trek where everybody's played by the person that's voicing them.
You watched that one clip of the Star Trek convention where they all dressed up as their, and it was amazing.
That was weird. That was a little weird, but yes, basically that idea.
Basically that.
In a production sense, where they all like,
because I would think, because the actress who plays Tendi does not necessarily look like Tendi, obviously, though I would argue the other two look exactly like them. But so like,
well, she's not green. We know that.
Yeah, I know. So they could do something CGI.
It's called makeup. Sure. It's called makeup.
But yeah, you have that sort of like, oh my god, everything's weird, and like and it's just actually those people played by those people, and you have a fun.
That'd be funny.
10-minute adventure. They have to go back to their.
They kind of have to do that. I mean, The Simpsons. Everybody's done the one,
and I think it would be funny if they
animated
did it,
in real life,
like cheap. So like,
sure.
So like his eyepiece looks like it's like aluminum foil.
Yeah, and like 5 minutes to make this prop. Okay, got it. I got it.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah.
Oh, for Rutherford. Yeah, that'd be funny.
They just look like cosplayers.
Yeah. And they end up at a convention.
This combat just made of plastic.
Suddenly this is Galaxy Quest all of a sudden.
It's real. No, I like that. I don't know where they would be, some Canadian rock quarry would probably be a good place to show up because that's always a planet.
No, they're just their studio
with a red filter over the sun. I'm not, I got a little bit of a budget.
Okay, I'd like to suggest one more if I can, just because I leached off of you for that one, Philip. But I do want to say I would love to see a short trek that takes place in 90s Trek, essentially. Okay. So make it take place. Doesn't have to be on the Enterprise, of course, but like
DS9
maybe
or
let's just say season 5 of TNG, and it takes place on that ship or a different ship or whatever. Everybody's wearing those uniforms. We can literally produce it like 90s Trek. It doesn't have to be like I just want some more of that universe. Some, you know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
So I just would love to see, even if it's like, yeah, you can.
You want to see carpet, for goodness sake.
Yes, put some carpet on the ground, have an interesting experience, short story, but in that world, because I miss it, and not everything has to be modern Trek. Let's go back and have some fun. Maybe there's like a follow up to an obscure Voyager episode or something, and you can do it with that, and that would be awesome. And like the same haircuts and the same, you know what I mean? I just everything. I just want it to be like an episode for the 90s Trek.
Are you saying today. Like they should have like the VCR white strip just go through it?
No, it doesn't have to be that often. There are, some people are like it's got to,
and it has to end with next week on Star Trek: The Next Generation.
But
I'd
do
like that.
Cheesy effects and stuff too. That'd be super fun. That's all.
Yeah, it's as if they made Lower Decks in that art style in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna upload, but it's really small because web video in the 90s was like 480 maybe if you were lucky. Like that was the size of the video. YouTube was
watch
a distant
on
dream.
Apple QuickTime,
QuickTime slash.
How it could be on the
Apple / trailers.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. Yep.
Oh man.
You're actually like the episode begins with the file being downloaded from Napster,
or the style is slightly different and it's like Flash animation, because that's what they have. I mean, same visual look, but like the way they move the characters, there's less shading. It's much more like Homestar Runner-ish.
Right. I got an email.
I got
still making, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's not gone. It'll never be gone.
So, one I had, because again, I was thinking of sort of the short Trek's philosophy of just grabbing a character and a set and then thinking what's on the air. So this one's going to be stealing an obvious idea, not from these shows, but basically taking the Chief O'Brien idea and using Kyle on the Enterprise.
Okay.
So you see Chief Kyle, who's, if you've been paying it, I know you've only seen 1 or 2 episodes, Daniel, but he's sort of in the transporter room, the skinny kid, and just doing the Chief O'Brien comic strip with. So he's in the transporter room for the entire short Trek.
Oh yeah,
he never leaves. And so you just have him just
like, now, Mr. Kyle. What? What? Well, I
have not been paying attention. There's no status screen down here. What
I would laugh. No, even better. It's panning around the empty transporter room, and all of a sudden we hear, now, Mr. Kyle, and there's like nothing, Mr. Kyle, and then it pans over to the wall, and then the door opens, and it's the bathroom, the adjacent bathroom, and he comes out.
He runs through.
And like, no, but he doesn't know. He doesn't know. He just comes out and he's like, oh, I see. I got a missed message here. Boop. Oh, my Lord. I was supposed to beam up the away party 20 seconds ago. I sure hope they're still there. Oh, the ship is space dust. That's going to be bad.
You can even have like, it's like, in other words, to make it more believable, where it's like, beam up the, latinum or whatever material. Did you get it? Yes, I got it. Oh God. I should replicate it or synthesize it.
He's like reading the orders. Okay, look for keywords latinum. Okay, I'm probably supposed to grab latinum. I think I would take it one step. And
did you beam aboard the self-steaming symbols?
The self-stealing symbols, yeah. I would do it based on Next Gen, and it's all the other transport operators being highly jealous of O'Brien because he's the only one we ever talked to. Like, I know we see
the transporter room chief
sort of
conference.
No.
And everyone's like,
we do it split screen style, and it's like they have their own little private transporter channel where they're like chatting to each other. It's like, hey, Maverick, this is Benkin's over
Maverick.
in transporter room 3. I don't know, whatever their names are. It's like, this is over in transporter room 2. Oh yeah, this is transporter room 1. How you doing? It's like the work group chat, but O'Brien's not invited because nobody likes him because he always.
Well, I can see it because the Enterprise D theoretically had what?
I think at least 6.
Yeah, if you count cargo. I mean, so like you just have all the transporter room chiefs, coming to
nobody invites cargo into the group chat. Okay, he's like, hey guys, how's it going? It's like,
that's what O'Brien discovers. He finds out that even cargo is in the group chat and he's not in it.
And it's all because
you guys hate the cargo guys. You're like, we're right here.
And it's all because Picard has a favorite transporter.
Yep,
that's what he tells O'Brien.
Exactly.
So.
or they could do it where that's how O'Brien learns, because he's like, because Cargo's like, yeah, man, they won't even let us into the group chat. And O'Brien's like, what group chat? And he's like, I've said too much. And he like leaves. And then he hits a button and it beams him away because nobody's using the cargo transporters, Or maybe all of the cargo transporter people are just a little twitchy because they've been using the cargo transporters for people. And it's like, you're technically not supposed to do that. I don't know why.
See, I would think like
that's a different transporter, but apparently
the cargo guys and girls would just be so like laid back because like they never get called like, now.
It's not an emergency.
No, they're always like, they're drinking like their space beer and like, what up, guys? I'm like, well, we have to work.
Even better.
They have like the baby pool that they have their feet in, and you're like,
The one thing that pops in my mind when I think of cargo transporter on the Enterprise D is up the long ladder. So they teleported all the like livestock and stuff. Like that's their job. It's always like the obscure, crazy stuff.
I mean, one time I beamed Lore away. Yeah, you've been living off that story for like 8 years, Bob.
I think it'd also be funny because I think in many of the cargo transporter, it's a really big transporter. And so they could have a contest of like, I once beamed an entire shuttle. You try to do that on a personal transporter, man, you could not fit it. You could not. No, you couldn't, Bob. You're right. Yeah, no, you couldn't fit it on that. And so it's like, kind of like a bigger contest of like, what's the biggest thing you beamed onto a pad?
The hero of the cargo.
I know what you're going to say. Go ahead.
The hero of the cargo transporter is Scotty.
Yes.
Because he teleported 8,000 gallons of water and
the whales.
And so like, that's like what everybody looks up to.
We all know Scotty's done that. You're not related to him, Bob. You can't bring up that story.
Look, just because your last name's Scott, how do we know you're related?
And then during that moment, we could set it during the one with Scotty, where like, so one of them runs and he's like, guys, you won't guess who was stuck in a transporter buffer for like 50 years. Well, they're all like, it's got to be Scotty, right? It's the only person who can do it, Scotty. It's like, how did you know? How did you know? I didn't even tell you guys yet. It's like, well, who else would it be? It's got to be Scotty. Yeah. Scotty will never die.
They're all reading Mr. Scott's Guide to the Transporter.
Yeah. Transporter. Mr. Scott's dissertation paper for transwarp beaming.
I'm telling you, it's a myth.
Yeah.
I transported Admiral Archer's dog. So there you go.
Oh, boy. All right.
Oh, yeah. That was fun. It
was. The last one I'll have, this will be my last one. Which is less fun after what we've been talking. But it was just one of those things I wish I could have seen. And it's actually what I'm about to propose. This would probably be like a whole episode, but I don't know. Find a way to make it short. And it would be sort of, first day jitters. And it would be a sort of season 2 Picard prequel that shows Captain Rios' first day on the Stargazer and then Seven's first day on the La Serena as its captain. And you could sort of, cross cut between their two.
Oh, okay.
First day experiences.
Okay, but each first day, although both of them are returning, like Rios is a captain again, but
he wasn't
not on.
He wasn't
ship.
a captain before.
No, he was a commander. When he left Starfleet.
Technically, he was a captain of the La Serena. But I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But isn't the La Serena just a really big
civilian?
Isn't it just a big shuttlecraft?
It's a big shuttlecraft.
It's literally empty. It's just a big empty room.
That's 3 stations, I think.
Boy, I sure wish we had a way of containing these bad guys. Maybe like another room or some partition between the bridge and us.
You get Seven's first day, and then she has a meeting with all the holograms.
Like, okay, you guys gotta. She's like,
we're choosing one.
She's like, keep, lose, keeps
swiping left and right.
Yeah, it's like merge. It's like she's just deciding what to do. That'd be funny.
And then,
okay, I like that one. Yeah, he's like, how many decks on the Stargazer? I'm used to one deck and a crawl space. If you're
Captain,
lucky.
this is a non-smoking ship.
It's a replica. It's synth smoke. It's totally not real. It's like, did you just make that up, sir? I'm pretty sure that's not a thing. Oh, it's totally a thing.
Sure, just go report to the doctor, Captain Doctor.
Yeah. It's like that's your ex-wife. It doesn't matter or whatever. It's like, of course she's going to vouch for you. It's like we don't have seatbelts, but we have ashtrays on this bridge. Okay, we got our priorities straight. Well, I love that because more shots of the Stargazer would be amazing.
Yeah, it seemed, we're not going to go on this tangent, but it seemed like after having invested in that set for essentially 2 episodes, did not use it. I mean, like, because it really seemed like a lot of love and work put into that, and then they didn't use it. I'm like, well, that seems like a waste. I hope they save it for something. I hope they're using it in season 3.
Season 3.
Well, it's going to be on the Stargazer.
Hey, maybe they all end up on the Stargazer.
Maybe.
Which isn't the worst idea I've ever heard.
With Captain 7.
Yeah, that makes sense. Who knows?
Who knows? We won't get started on that.
Enterprise E. Enterprise E or F or whatever we're up to by now.
Right. All right. Darren, you got any, or Daniel and Darren got any last ones?
I've got one.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Keep it short.
I will. This is going to be the story of a hospitality worker on Risa.
Oh boy.
No, it's not what you think. So I think the natural inclination. So the story I want to tell is like you work in paradise and
but you still have to work.
but it's still work. So you still have to blow off steam.
But they enjoy it.
Right, exactly. I think the natural, certainly for modern Star Trek writers, the idea would be, oh my God, you're so miserable. This is like, you hate it. This is the worst. I don't want to tell that story. I want the story of the person that loves their job on Risa, but still...
It's like Neelix. Like Neelix
or Bolian.
Yeah, exactly.
Type,
yeah.
Like Neelix and Mr. Mott, like all those super cheerful people who love their jobs.
Yes, exactly. So you find a great actor who can like bring energy and zest.
Stunt casting, maybe. That's fine, though.
yeah. And life to the role. But like their job is literally to greet people on Risa. And then you give a little slice of life of like, what
do they give like the lays to the people when they come off the transport?
Yes, exactly.
Is that
like, they're just following like their daily rounds and like have to provide the things.
the Jamarons, yes. That would be awesome. But here's the thing: you can make it super.
He has to go buy like the person. Like we gotta have like 50 Jamarons. Are you reading like mass producing them?
He's like wood lathe turning each one individually with like a laser lathe. No.
See them, literally.
These are hand carved, and a little stamp on the bottom made on Risa.
No, it'd be funny if they stamped made somewhere else. That's the joke.
Made on space Taiwan.
Space Taiwan. But like you tell this story and then like you find and then it's like they actually honestly do love their job, but it's also like about them as a person. Right. How do they blow off steam after work? Like, and it's just like this is just part of the Star Trek universe. This is just what they do, and I think that'd be really fun.
And to me, because I can't remember the in-universe history, it would be fun. I know I don't want to add a negative, but I think to tell that story during wartime. I don't know which war, but it's still functioning. Yeah. Like people are still doing their thing.
Now, like they're even more in demand because this is where everybody takes shore leave. Like it's a well-defended planet. It's got a garrison of starships above it because they're going to protect Risa. Beta Z don't even care. Risa, the Risa defense perimeter is unmatched.
Risa defense perimeter. That's awesome. Oh man.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like, going for a happier motion and...
people's lives still go on.
And even if you're telling it in war, I mean, that's what makes it Star Trek is like... the point of that episode is you're still allowed to be happy even during war. Just because it's war doesn't mean you give up on your part of your emotions. You don't cut that off.
Treat yourself.
Yeah,
and
that's
maybe
what the title of the episode is.
Well, yeah, and you could have, if you wanted to have them, all talking just amongst other employees, that's fine. But you could also have like one character who comes in who's just in the mud. He's not
forced to go on vacation.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be there, and so they're all like, "Oh, you're our new project," like to make it fun for you.
Imagine like
Like Worf, not exactly Worf, but like
Yeah,
Worf
we
is
saw
Worf.
that episode. It did
yeah, I
not
know.
turn out.
but like imagine like that's the crew, right?
Yeah.
So you have like 5 or 6 characters.
The
and they're
cruise
all-
director, Horgon
like
producer. It's the Love Boat. It is.
But they're all committed to giving everybody the best time possible. So like they know like to look for this person needs space. This person needs this person needs companionship. This person, and that's what they're good at.
This person's isolating themselves. We have to push them to a social setting.
and that could be what's revealed to the disgruntled Starfleet officer who doesn't want to be there because he just thinks like you guys are a joke. Like there's
I want to go back to where the
like,
action is.
Like we're fighting in a war and you're like worried about whether my bathing suit fits. Like this is ridiculous.
You guys don't know. You're not doing it apart. You're wasting your time.
Yeah, this is a waste of resources. This is a waste of everything. But they're like, no. And then through the course of 15 and a half minutes, like they show that it is like, yeah, you can't just close all the fun. Otherwise, what's worth saving if we lose it all just to fight?
There's an episode of The Office where the company is on the brink of bankruptcy. And all the
I declare
that's not the same episode. And all the employees are distraught and distracted. Nobody's doing anything. And so Michael Scott, of course, distracts them with a murder mystery game. And Jim, no nonsense Jim at this point, and he says, what are you doing, man? We have to. And he's like, no, these people need this. This is what they need.
Yeah.
And this is what gets them off their, you know what I mean? Like gets their brains off.
The next day they're all back at their A game and they're making sales and So
it's like, it's that same sort of thing where like you follow these, 5 or 6 characters and they literally, that's their goal. And they love doing it, is helping other people kind of reach their potential. So it's like, they need the time off. They need to cool. They need to whatever, get the oldest curmudgeonliest admiral. And that's the character that goes to Risa.
We see Jellico smile. We see
Jellico.
Yes, get Jellico. That would be awesome. And he's like, this is the stupidest thing. He's like, the counselor made me do this. I couldn't, go
Are you
over his
running
head.
3 shifts or 4 shifts on Rise?
And I'm also loving
how we can do a
Cat's musical pun, and the episode title can be "Have a Jellico Day."
There you go.
But this is amazing. Yeah, and it also, like you said, like Star Trek, it has a message. Like we need these people. We need to unwind, especially during wartime or any other time. But yeah, and then they're like, obviously not Neelix and Phlox and those particular characters, but that type of personality, which
is needed to help
needed.
people, because it's not, life is not a permanent vacation, but life is also not permanent battle either. So you can't function in either of those places.
Apparently, with holodecks being on their own power supply, who knows? That could shut off at any moment.
Yeah. And that'd be a fun, again, it's going to be 15 minutes, but it'd be fun to
20,
explain
30.
Why, Daniel's point would be like, why isn't this just a big holodeck? Why are you guys, blah, blah, blah. And you could explain.
Well, maybe they could say like, it's us curating this experience for you versus, there's only so much you can put into a program is their mindset. Like, but this is us. I'm able to interact with you as a person. I'm real. You're going to act differently to me than to a program, even though as real as it could be, it's still not a person.
And then we could fix the Ryson trilogy.
But if you want to do a holodeck, we have the, like 1/4 of our continent is dedicated to this giant.
It's interesting. Does Ryza have holodecks?
And I would think, because I can't remember from the 3 episodes we saw, I would think they would be very anti-holodeck for whatever reason. Like everything here is real.
Sure,
it's the experience.
Yeah.
And if it's like,
I could totally see that. Yeah.
And they're not.
Well, it's not. The weather's not real. But that's okay.
Well,
we'll talk about
it's curated. It's curated.
It's curated. Weather.
I would love that. I would be. It's so artificial. Not artificial.
Yeah, curated. Yeah. Believe me, if we turned that system off, you would know it. I would think they'd be anti-holodeck, but that's because Ryza is not. But Ryza is not a one-stop vacation destination. It is paradise. That's what you come for. If you want one stop, you go to your holodeck. That's where you can choose anything you want. It's about the people guys.
Because actually, I like that. That would
Jellico.
be you could build the whole story. Because why are you so enthusiastic and so cheerful? And he's like, it's so artificial. He's like, my personality isn't artificial. It's because he is a real or she is a real person, but they it's a choice and and I can either choose to go crazy or I can choose to do this. This is how so.
That's true.
And if you want,
it's got to be Jellico who's going.
And if you want to do that modern Trek slant, and to be fair, like this is an older trope than that.
Is
but like all of these people could have been born from trauma. They chose this life because they understand. They know where that comes from. So they see this grizzled
It could be like, I was a counselor on the such and such ship and we lost everybody in that battle 2 years ago. So like I cannot serve on a starship anymore. It gives me trauma, but here I can make a difference. Like, so maybe they're not all born from trauma.
No, I don't want that. But you could have that element.
And I can see because, not to go deep, because I think they did that with Neelix, because he was actually really a war vet.
That's true.
His family, but anyway, we don't have to go. But I think that you can do that successfully.
You heard about a Metreon cascade?
Yeah,
very bad.
Yeah, cool. All right, well, guys, I think we've come up with a whole bunch of great ideas for short treks or short.
There's
treks.
still room for short treks if we can think of these.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think it was a cool idea that they did. Did I love everyone? No, but I'm all for trying new things, and it's easier to try a new thing in a short trek than an entire series, maybe. But anyway, I hope to have fun with it in the future and give writers and directors and actors some random fun stuff to do. But until we ever get another short trek, Darren, where can people find you?
And go to my website, drsci-fi.com, DRSCIFI.
And Daniel, if folks want to find out about what short trek can be used to promote the next video game, where can they find you?
They can find me on Twitter at OneUpDan. That's the number one, not the word, as in, the Telltale game is going to be the number one Star Trek game. I'm calling it now.
All right. And if folks want to learn how you, too, can have a Jellico day, they can find me at NC Public Servant.
Have a Jellico day? Does that mean be grumpy and cantankerous?
No, I've never seen cats. Well, you probably shouldn't. But anyway, it's a whole thing. It's a Jellico moon and a Jellico day. But until next week, I'm Philip Gilfus.
I'm Daniel Brew.
And I'm Darren Moser.
Stranded here on City Alpha 3.